second book in the series. I should set up a bit. What's happening right now is a woman from the tundra has married one of the southern, prince of one of the southern tribes, and they're both right now up in the tundra trying to repel an invasion from slavers. And the slavers have crossed into the tundra and they're now pursuing half of the tundra army. Bran is the husband's name, Seraphimé is the woman's name. Bran chuckled as the sun set over his camp. Bull grinned from ear to ear, and there were bouts of laughter as the story spread. "It was very good, Bull said, finishing his amusing tale of childhood pranks. "The poor bastard screamed in his sleep for 3 days. "You're a cheeky bastard," Bran said. "If he did a better job of hiding himself, perhaps I wouldn't have been," Bull replied. Bran laughed. "Hey, do you think if we all started howling, they'd hear us from here?" Bull stopped stirring his stew and looked up at Bran's face with an impish expression. "It'll be a full moon tonight." "So that's a yes?" Bull nodded, his brown eyes twinkling like stars. Bran grinned. "Excellent." "Did you hear that?" one of the Odolan soldiers asked, turning his head from the fire and looking south. "Hear what?" the Bradod Rasul asked in a dull voice. "I could have sworn I heard—" There it is again! Didn't you hear it?" "I don't—" Shh! A curious silence fell over the Bradod Rasul's regiment as each man listened closely. A distant howl floated to their fire on the breeze. "Now!" Bran commanded as he let loose another howl. It was the fourth he had ventured alone. Bull immediately joined in. Years of living in a world still heavily populated by wolves made Bull's howl much more convincing. Soon all 2,000 warriors raised their voices in the chilling call of the tundra's most revered predator. Bran's long howl was the last one to die away, but even he could hear the answering call, the melancholy primal howl of a lone wolf somewhere in the north. Seraphimé lifted her head at the sounds of wolves howling in the night. Standing as she was on the rock in the moonlight, and still wearing her war cloak, she looked every bit the winter wolf. She closed her eyes and let the sound of the wolves fill her before she tilted her head and howled in return. War had come, and the tundra had risen. Bradod Rasul turned pale as the howls from the south were answered by a single long howl from the north. He turned his head, and in his mind's eye he saw, on the far horizon, standing on the crest of an ancient cairn long destroyed by ice and wind, one lone wolf, as large as a pony, tilting its head back and answering the army in the south. The sound put a chill through the Bradod. Even more so as another wolf, further north, answered the melancholic cry of the wolf on the horizon. Packs of wolves elsewhere in the tundra lent their voices to the chorus, and it seemed suddenly that the tundra was alive. It lived, and it was gathering its might, calling its warriors to battle. The tundra had issued her challenge. "Lord Susa, save us," the Bradod whispered.